Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and I welcome you to what might be actually unfortunately the last Endless Space video that you are going to watch while I'm away in Korea. Now the reason for that is actually quite straightforward. It is quite late, but I wouldn't care too much about it. I still have enough time to make more videos. I'm just not sure if I'll be able to upload them in time, however, because well, my upload is quite a good one. YouTube is not necessarily always good enough, and even if it is, it still takes a fair bit of time to actually upload a videocast to YouTube. So I'm not sure, this might be the last videocast, you might see one other, I don't know. But at least you see this one, right? And this does have to count for something, I hope. Anyway, let's start this video rather with a bang by not going into battle first of all and starting by going into my Empire screen where things are not sorted because I forgot to do so. My Empire is still fervent, I'm using it enough, but I think this is just a user interface bug. No, it actually is fervent, even though Merop is on strike for obvious reasons because I just conquered it. Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, I did finish some production this time. Where did the notification go? Did I delete it by accident before recording? I must have. There used to be a notification about the production that finished. Whatever, not much happened. I mean, I did colonize something and whatnot. Oh yeah, I did colonize something, but where? Merop, I think it was, wasn't it? Yep, it was Merop, and it does require some iron grafting. And after that, more food, most likely? Well, most of all, it does need some more happiness, so let's deal with that first, shall we? And with that out of the way, I think we are safe to proceed with the battle. Let's start by finding Disharmony, since we haven't done so in a while. The enemy is just using kinetics and nothing else, so let's go for defensive formation. And since I only have 2 Sokis, I don't know what happened to the rest, I guess they died. That's really sad. Let's go for magnetic field. This fleet does have a lot of firepower, so I'm not afraid. I'm pretty certain that I'll be able to devastate this Harmony's fleet without any issues. But just to make sure, I will go for Guillotine. I'm not sure if it actually matters, Guillotine or Spread Fire, where the enemy only has 3 ships. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Let's go into manual to watch the battle. Again, I only have 2 Sokis, so it is quite likely that the enemy, if the enemy chooses to go for Guillotine, then they will target 3 ships, not just 2. And they do only have 2 Sokis, so one of my barbarians might be destroyed, which would be unfortunate, but also within the realms of acceptance. I don't know why I use this kind of flavory word, whatever, this kind of description for this word, or whatever, metaphor, is it a non-metaphor? No, it isn't, whatever, let's just ignore this altogether, and the enemy, oh, it's so easy to protect what they are going to move. Weapon overclock, guys, it doesn't always work, especially when I prepare my subsystems to deflect all the bullets that will fire at me like a boss. Anyway, why did I say anime? It's like a cross between anime and Eminem. And I said, whatever. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, I do not remember something about rockets, I think, but I don't remember what exactly. Oh, the enemy is actually realized that rockets are a thing that can damage him, so he's now making my rockets deal slightly less damage, which is hardly a problem because honestly, I'm pretty sure that those are beams that deal most damage for me. Although it could also be because my beams soften up the ships before the missiles hit, and it is possible that those missiles would have been enough to destroy the ships on their own, although, as I can quite clearly tell right now, those 2 ships are still up, even though I did fire a full volley of both beams and missiles on them, so it's quite obvious that those guys would be alive anyway. I should have actually gone for nosebreaker instead, but oh yeah, I really should have, because the enemy ships, they are still going strong. This one Harmony ship that you can no longer see, it is on fire, which I don't know how it's that crystal on fire, but I'm the Pillagers. I can figure out a way. But still, those guys, wow, they took a lot of damage and they're still both alive, holy. And my Soki has taken a lot of damage himself, so this has not gone too well. I mean, sure, the enemy lost ship, I didn't lose anything, but considering the amount of forces I've got over there, it's not the best. And wow, look at what the enemy is throwing at me right now. This can go quite poorly. I think the reason why this last battle didn't go too well for me is that the enemy did concentrate on the shields. And, well, yeah, my best weapon was missile, and the enemy's best defense was actually flag. Interesting. Anyway, let's dismiss this thing and let us watch some more Harmony blowing up, although it might also be me blowing up as well. And the thing is, I'm gonna start by Guillotine, and then I think I'm gonna go into Nosebreaker, because with Guillotine it is quite likely that I'll be able to hit some of the Tectonics, but if the enemy goes for default formation or maybe defensive formation, it actually probably will not be the case. Oh, it's not the best situation to be in. I do need to counter the enemy, and I do need to use magnetic field, because this fleet with no hero, it is quite vulnerable and susceptible to the enemy firepower, and I do need to limit the losses that I could take as much as humanly possible. So this is why I do what I do. And I guess we have to adapt from there. Now, I still got my juice over here, right next to me. It's still quite cold, and I will joyfully make it go down on my glass. Make it go down with my glass. That sounds dirty. I don't really even know why it sounds dirty. I mean, I do know why it sounds dirty to my perverted mind, but it shouldn't really, should it? Anyway, let me drink that. Alright, alright, the enemy actually got... Why did they go for magnetic field? I don't even have the kinetics. Whatever, whatever. AI sometimes makes questionable decisions. It happens, it's a video game. Anyway, let me drink, please. I love this juice. Anyway, I'm going to lose my Soki, there's no question about it. It barely has any health left. And now I didn't actually, both me and the enemy went for magnetic field again. Why do they continuously do that? Anyway, this time around I went for Nosebreaker because obviously the enemy used his formation in such a way that they would I would have to prioritize the enemy big ships instead of the smaller ones, unless I went for Spitfire, which would be inefficient. So Nosebreaker it is. I need to be able to destroy some stuff. I might be able to destroy one of those bigger ships, although they have so much defense and HP, it might not actually be a thing, and I am losing ships left and right. I lost 2 of those already, and Disharmony didn't lose a single one, so obviously this battle is not going according to plan. I do need to destroy the enemy ships, mind you, because this is my... I wouldn't say my only source of revenue, but my primary source of revenue, so I really need to do that. Also, can you stop missing, guys? They've got computers that are powered with gel or something. Really impressive stuff, and you still keep missing. Why? Anyway, I lost holy 5 ships. The enemy didn't lose a single one, and I did go for Nosebreaker. Oh, I didn't go for Nosebreaker in the second turn. And that'll explain it. Yeah, I made the guillotine the default before entering the battle, so I needed to go for Nosebreaker again in the last turn. I didn't, and this costed me a lot of ships, which is a problem. I'll probably stay in Equinus, make sure that the Harmony are being penalized as much as possible by being here. Also, I don't want the enemy to be close to Objection, because then Objection will suffer. So I'll stay there, but I need to make a bigger fleet. So before we engage in a battle against the amoebas, let's actually make a bigger fleet, in fact. So first of all, can I do anything about candles? Well, the thing is, I cannot, because I still do not have any fighters, and I do need those guys. So instead, let's have a quick look at Barbarians. Now, as you've seen, the Harmony are using a lot of shields. So what if we make a tech change? Resign from beams altogether, and have no beams whatsoever, and instead go for something very radical and spam long range kinetics? That has no right to work. Especially if there's only 7 of those kinetics. Especially since actually the enemy might be focusing on shields, but they also have a lot of, how's it called? The thing they used. How's this battle card? You know, the battle card that they used twice, even though they shouldn't have. So kinetics are probably not the way to go, because the enemy is going to use the battle card again, and that's render those kinetics inefficient. So I guess I'll just go for missile spam and hope that guillotine will be good enough for me. But those are just 4 additional missiles per ship. What good can it do to me? Should I instead reinforce the fleet with candles, maybe, so that at least I've got some bombers that can go through the base defenses? Which, this is not a very stupid idea. Yeah, let's go for that. Barbarians, I will leave you like so. Candle, on the other hand, well, 6 beams and 3 missiles are not going to cut it. Let's resign from beams on candles and just giving more missiles. As simple as that. With the bombers and missiles, they should be capable of taking down the enemy ships. That said, I just realized, if the bombers take out a ship that is also being targeted by missiles, those missiles are wasted. So maybe instead of going for all-out missile approach, I should go for all-out beam approach. Now, I know that the enemy is focusing on shields, but... Actually, hold on a second. Those bombers, they do need 110 to approach the enemy. No matter what, they need 110 to actually start firing. In this first turn, missiles are most effective. let's go for missiles. I figure this is not a bad idea. I guess I'll see it in a few moments, really. What the enemy is going for? They are going for deflectors, so... Oof. I don't really want to resign from anything in favor of deflectors, to be honest. Well, then again, the enemy... They weren't using any missiles, were they? I don't think they were, so let's go for another deflector instead of flak and shields. And this should make those candles survive for a little bit longer in case they are actually being fired upon. I think it's not the worst idea. Meanwhile, thick air. What are you going to go for? Well, I don't need as much flak as you have, but additional deflector will be nice. And I think that's about it. I could give this guy some weapons. Or bomber, but bomber takes a lot of tonnage that I am using for something else. Now let's leave this guy as is. I'm really tempted to give him something nice, but right now I don't really have the tonnage to do so. So let's not do that. And now that I've got those new ships designed, let us in fact make a couple of those. So... Oh, I don't have a lot of dust either. That's a problem, but I've got plenty of production on Auriga, so it's not too bad either, as well. So there we go. 2 thick airs. I do have a Soaky stockpiled, so this Soaky will not last for long, but then again it has so many levels it might actually be capable of doing that. So let's make some additional candles as well, and let's speed up. Ooh, I was only able to speed up one of those things. Well, in this case, let's attack the amoeba and see how much dust those... How many are those? 6. Yeah, there we go. Those 6 ships are going to give me hopefully a lot, but not necessarily. Right, defensive formation. I've said and I pressed that. Let's hope that those cannons are... They shouldn't be targeted, unless the enemy goes for spread fire. But even then, those should be fine. They might not be. Let's hope they are. Okay. Battle card. I'm a weak point because I barely have any offensive power with this fleet. I'm using the name of this barbarian as the most powerful ship in this fleet, even though all the other ones are way newer. But you know, barbarian is a pretty good design. I like it. It's efficient. It gets the job done. It's not like I don't like the candles. I like the bombers, so that's why I'm using candles. But honestly, if I want to do this optimally, I'm pretty sure that I should be using Soakis instead of thick airs, because Soakis would be better, probably. Then again, the thick airs have so much health. No, thick airs are good because of the amount of health they've got. Even though they're not the best when it comes to defense modules, I'm fine with thick airs. Even though they also take more command points. However, barbarians are undoubtedly better than my current candles, quite simply because candles, well, they lose firepower as they fight in more battles, which is not the optimal way to go. It's like losing ships, not quite as bad, but it is kinda close-ish. So really, barbarians are way better optimized, but still, regardless, I like this fleet. It can stay. Anyway, the enemy is still using weapon overclock like crazy, but fortunately everything is going well. The enemy is in fact targeting my thick airs. And the enemy ships are all blowing up, which is good. This will give me some more dust, and I do need the dust quite badly. Hopefully it will give me enough dust to actually use it to buy out some ships, but I do need to save up some dust as well so that I do not go bankrupt in this time, which is a very important thing to remember about. Now there we go, there's another phase, and the enemy just went for weapon overclock in all 3 phases, and oh, this looks kinda cool, doesn't it? Ooh, I did like that. This bomber fires in a pretty neat way, I have to admit. We finally got to see it in a little bit of a close-up, and hey, there we go! There used to be a ship here, but now it's going down. Poor guy. And there's some more missiles going in random direction, and those fighters are still flying. You're not supposed to fire, you lost already! You bastards, you have nowhere to dock, you cannot land on planets, you're just going to die. You should just surrender and beg for mercy. But they won't, they're bastards. Anyway, so there we go, he'll level up again. What am I going to give to him? Well, the only thing I can give him still that actually benefits my fleet are the feathers, and that's about it. After that, there will be not much left. So with that said, I still have 217 dust. That's not a huge amount. I can speed the construction of one of the ships up, but then again, I'm using 218 dust per 10. That's a lot. Just saying, that is really a lot. Okay, pain for 110, just focus on dust, don't do anything else, and that's it. Wow, I'm spending so much dust. I mean, usually it doesn't matter because I'm killing people, but right now I'm running out of people to kill on the amoeba front, but on the harmony front it's the other way around. I've got people to kill, I just cannot kill them even though I try. So anyway, let's end the turn. not quite the time to end this videocast. Yes, this will be a shorty, again, because I need to upload it before I leave my home. Obviously, I will not leave my home until tomorrow, but I do want to also get some sleep, and, you know, even though I leave tomorrow, I do leave relatively early-ish, so I won't have a whole lot of time to actually upload this videocast. Also, I want to record another one, if possible, and see if I can actually squeeze it in, so that's why I want to make this cast not too long if at all possible. Okay, now here is the problem. Oh, actually, I didn't change my Steam name. Oops. Whatever, let's leave it like so for the time being. Yes, there was a hurricane. By the way, if you follow my Twitter, then you know what I'm talking about. So, those guys, they're quite nice, but they're going to be obliterated because they've got no suckers to take the damage for them. And so, which is quite a big problem. So I think I'm just going to hightail out of here. Because fighting in this battle would be stupid. I would lose all my barbarians, probably take out the Smic. That's not worth it, honestly. Giving those barbarians just a little bit of protection is going to be much more efficient. Alright, let's guard the system just in case the Harmony go through over here. I don't think they will just yet. They will probably relatively soon, but not yet. Anyway, meanwhile, I've got 5 more ships, so that's 10. I can join up with those ships. I actually have more than enough. I didn't need to speed up things as much as I thought I do. So that's nice. Let's move those guys over here. Meanwhile, Amoebas still are hungry for blood, which is good because I can say the same thing about myself. However, since we have seen so many battles in today's video, I guess we haven't seen too many. But maybe 1, 2 maybe? Let's not watch this other battle. We've got more things to do, and I do not want to spend too much time on those video casts. Also, I've got no dust to use my abilities. I guess I could use armor weak point. I don't think I will though. Instead, let's go for magnetic field. Take like literally no damage whatsoever. Actually, you know what? I might go for that second instead on the first 10 to maximize my damage. Although 3 enemy ships are going to go down in the first phase, no matter what I would assume. So let's go into auto and see what happens. So actually, not what I expected, but it also was relatively okay. The enemy dealt 1500 the enemy dealt 1500 damage. There we go. I meant to say it. And actually, this thick air is getting a little bit low on the good old health, but then again, the benefit of Cruiser is that it has so much health with all the armor I've given him. And with my hero abilities, this guy regenerates 2% of its maximum HP per 10. Even more than that if we are in a friendly sector. Unfortunately, we are not. So anyway, this battle went rather well. I can actually finish the enemy off if I so desire, and I do so desire. So there we go. Let's start going for short circuit because it actually worked quite well last time. Defensive formation. Actually, why not go for default formation instead? Spread fire, auto, and this should be good enough to guarantee a win. If this guy actually survived until the second phase, that's amazing. Wow. Respect. And they dealt 14 damage. That's not really a lot now, is it? Anyway, I made a bunch of stuff. Yes, I am perfectly aware of that fact. Gate train is going to be captured in 10. Still quite a long time. I need to design somebody invasion ships, but I don't quite have the tech for this because my tech is still quite far behind. 4th might seem like a good thing, but keep in mind a lot of people already died, so I'm not the best. It's not going as well as it could be. I'm second in fifth, but then again, wasn't I thought that I used to be first, actually, maybe. Or maybe I was always second. I think Amoeba is still the first. Anyway, I'm still climbing up the score status, which is very important because this is a clear indicator that I'm doing fine. People have more military power than I do, but I could care less because this does not... Actually, no, I think it now does take into the account my faction abilities. I'm not too sure. Regardless, I'm the best. I just refuse to believe otherwise or anything else, so it should be alright. So anyway... Is there anything else I should do in this stand? Well, yes, there was this one system that was still doing stuff, but I made it stop, and this would be pain. So you continue doing what you were doing, and I didn't earn a lot of dust in those battles. I thought that I'm going to earn more, apparently I didn't, and I'm spending so much as well. I need to raise the taxes. I think there's little else I can do. I'm spending all of this dust on ships, I think. Wow, okay, I need Auriga to be happy. I could care less about pain. Pain will be okay regardless of what is going to happen, but still, even that is not good enough. Hey, how about you actually convert industry to dust? I'm still losing dust, but not at such a high, fast pace. Wow, okay. Well, that's okay. Once Merop starts, you know, starts actually working well for me, once it's no longer on strike after me capturing it, it will be quite useful, give me more dust and will not increase my overall approval, because right now it is being decreased by the fact that it is on strike. It will be good soon. I hope, I really do. Anyway, let's end this turn 10 and this cast as well. It was PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments section. If you like this video, leave a like for it. Thank you for watching and I'll see you online.